Pause up, everyone. Welcome to Meowy Hour. I'm your host, Arden Moore. This show is brought to you each and every Wednesday night by the Cat Fanciers Association. And we really give a pause up, right, Rusty? To our great sponsor, Kitty Raid. They make Kitty Raid. We love dogs too. Doggy Raid. And when the tummy's not doing well, Yummy Raid. We're going to be giving away a 3-pack on the show. Thank you. It's a isotonic drinks and meal toppers that help their digestive enzymes. With me here too is pet safety cat Casey. We got a couple of ginger boys. We don't know how long they're going to be in the house. I cannot do this show without my fantastic all breed CFA cat judge co-host. A lot of double modifying adjectives there, Kathy Black, and her doggy designee, Destiny. Rusty says, Destiny, just gonna tell you, I'm bigger than you are.
Yes, you are.
I got you by a pound. I got you by a couple of pounds. Hey, we are so excited because we have a triple treat today. And they're all here because there's a big event coming April 9th. It is the online behavior conference brought to you by the Community Cat Podcast. So coming from CCP, Community Cat Podcast, is the founder, Stacy LeBaron. Hey, Stacy.
Hello.
And
I'm having deja vu. I think Stacy was on last week.
Yeah, that's okay. We like it. Deja vu. But also from Community Cats Podcast, she does a lot behind the scenes. She's pretty amazing, and she knows all things cat trivia. Please give pause up to Kristin Petrie. Thank you for coming on the show, Kristin.
Thank you for having me.
And she's back, and she knows cats and kittens, and she has a heart of gold. Her heart purrs. I really do think her heart purrs. Please welcome back to the show. She is a cat behavior and retention specialist. She's a pet chaplain. She's an author. She's awesome. Dr. Rachel Geller. Welcome back, Dr. Rachel.
It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm so happy to be here with you on the Meowy Hour. Thank you.
I cannot believe he loves your cat mojo. He's like, I'm never sitting here. Does she? Rusty never stays.
That's true.
He's like, I'm sleeping. So we're going to get right into it. We have a lot to cover today. We're going to talk about the conference. We're going to talk about cat behavior. We're going to test your cat trivia. I have a really cool kitty cocktail that will warm your cuckles. Is there such a thing? I don't even know what cuckles are, but I better be careful.
But they do need to be warmed. We all know that.
Yes, we do need to be warmed. But I want to start with, I grew up outside of Chicago. That's where I get my voice. That's why I say pop, not soda. And I didn't ever realize this, but the Treehouse Humane Society began a program last year during COVID, and they're continuing it. It's called Cats at Work. I see some heads nodding. This is a big deal. They are taking hundreds of feral cats, and these cats are taking care of the rat problem in the Windy City. Kathy, show the photo. It's kind of like a face-off boxing match, isn't it, ladies? The rat's like,
The cat's not doing his job very well.
I don't think the kissing nose is on the streets. I think it's more like a street fight.
Well, apparently, when you look at all the cities in the United States, Chicago ranks number one, as you can go ahead and take that off, as the rattiest city in America. Oh, it gets worse. They have held that title for 7 years in a row.
Wow.
I wonder if it has to do with garbage pickup or something.
I don't know. LA, which I was surprised, is number 2. I thought New York would be first, but it's number 3. We're going to be non-partisan here, but Washington, D.C. is number 4. We can say all we want about red and blue. Let's not do over there. But I think there's a lot of trash there, maybe. What is that rats have found? I don't know. Sorry to say, you left my heart and lots of rats. Number 5, San Francisco. Baltimore. I love Baltimore. They're cute harbor town is number 6. Philly is 7. Detroit is 8. Denver, it's too cold for rats, is number 9. And Cleveland. So they must have the Rock Hall of Fame and number 10 on rats. So I want to kind of talk to you about this because it's really no joking matter, but it's sort of this Cats at Work program is supposed to be like a green, humane solution because throwing chemicals, rat poison and all that can create mayhem. So Stacy, what's your thoughts about this effort to try to use feral cats to tone down the number of rats?
So it's been used for years. When the Merrimack River Feline Rescue Society had its trap neuter return program on the Newburyport waterfront, there was actually gossip that we were moving cats from the waterfront to place them in barns because we had a barn relocation program at the time. And the mayor called me up all in a tizzy saying, why are you removing the cats? We need those cats to help take care of the rats. And once the colony died out, they had to start poisoning down there, which was not the ideal solution, right?
Yeah, no.
So, and it was funny, I work with a program in Chelsea, Massachusetts. And the first thing I did when I introduced myself to the public health department was I was like, I'm here to talk about the cats and, doing trap neuter return. They're like, we don't want to talk about cats. We want to talk about rats. So I ended up having to try and become a rat expert and helping to control the population for rats in Chelsea. So it's not a new topic. It's very ongoing and very.
Don't yawn, Casey. That's rude. Okay, go ahead.
So it's interesting. It's very interesting. They rats in the public gardens in New York. I did an interview with a woman who did a lot of relocation of cats into the public cooperative gardens so that they had cats there so the rats wouldn't disturb the gardens and that kind of thing. So a lot of innovative programs working together, how working cats and rats can work together. I mean, we've had working cats for thousands of years. That's
true. And Dr. Rachel, what's your thoughts on it? Because I walk my dogs and I sure don't want them to grab and sniff something that's toxic that's going to kill a rat. Unfortunately, they know leave it and drop it, but still, I would be a little worried in those cities when you're walking your dog, they're sniffing around and they could get into something poisonous intended to kill rats.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a big problem in the area. There's a lot of new construction. There's, a lot of digging. There's, buildings are going up, buildings are coming down. And especially right now with COVID, we have a little bit of a unique situation because of all of the outdoor dining. So rats have definitely become more of a problem. And when you think about the idea of, giving community cats kind of a job, for lack of a better term, it really does make so much sense for these cats to coexist with their environment and with humans. And if we could solve a problem at the same time, it sounds like a wonderful idea and a great program to me. And it's so much more humane when you think about it, in terms of, it's more the natural cycle of life rather than using poison or some, trapping and that sort of thing. So,
and what about you?
I love the idea. Yeah.
Kristin, I just want you to know right now, I have no desire to be the host of Ratty Hour.
Well, I'm kind of a fan of rats and cats, but I definitely get why you can't have them around. There's like Stacy was saying.
Rats, I mean, seriously, pet rats, they're beautiful sentient.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
They're but they are not great if they are pooping in your grain that you're going to use for your brewery or whatever. We've been like Stacy was saying, Stacy and I worked in the same organization. And a number of cats that I have fostered have gone on to be working cats because I usually have ferals that either can't be returned or they might turn, you don't know. So the ones that don't usually will go on to like a working program and they do great stuff. There's actually, being on Meowy Hour, there's a brilliant distillery in our area that adopted one of our cats, and that cat goes and kills all those rats for them, and it's great. So
his name Bud.
I'm not sure actually what they named her, but
Well, I
yeah,
can tell you right over my shoulder right here is one of the, I'm going to say it. I think Casey is the hardest working safety cat in America. Right,
you are
Casey?
probably right about that.
He said yes. Right. He just said yes again, because teaching pet first aid and going to behavior and going to talks, he's been to 13 states. We have taught thousands of people. And look at him right now. He knows this is Meowy Hour, right? Okay, all right, he's good. He's ready to go. And Rusty's up by my camera lights trying to knock him down. So we're ready to go. So thank you. I just wanted to bring that out because I had no idea, but you all brought really good points up. Any thoughts you want to share on that, Kathy?
No, I mean, we call our Maine Coons a working breed of cat. We call the American Shorthairs a working breed of cat. These
Good.
cats were designed to keep the varmints down, you know,
Yeah.
so we can coexist in a nice, clean world. So, yeah, they definitely have their place, and I'm glad to hear that some communities are embracing the cats and seeing them as being a valuable member of the community, because
Yeah.
otherwise we'd be overrun with pestilence, like, you know, the Black Plague and things like that. So,
Well, I guess I'm thinking from the mental enrichment. Sure they're getting food on the fly, but I don't want to be a cat in a next life that sits on a couch and grooms and sleeps all day. I mean, I love cats that get to do things and work their noodles and get to bring out that hunter in them. So I'm hoping next time I go to Chicago, there'll be less rats.
well, especially with the TTNR programs, people
Yeah.
don't see these cats as being a nuisance and overpopulating and that kind of
Yes.
thing. They're seeing them as true working cats
Yeah.
and keeping our community safe.
Yeah, they're viable citizens, four-leggers that are
Yeah.
doing a job. So moving on, I know you all just, who won? Who won? I gave you the silliest, easiest trivia question in the world that's ever aired on Meowy Hour. My question was, as a show of friendship, some cats will groom other cats in the household and even their favorite humans, Casey and me. What is the term for this? I was having all these silly names, but allo grooming. So Kathy, I know that we have somebody excited because they're getting a pack of the Kitty Raid, and Casey loves them too. Yum, 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 yum.
Yes, they
Okay.
do. And that was Pam Webster. Pam was the winner that was chosen.
Good job,
last
Pam.
week. And so Pam, you have the Kitty Raid samples on their way to you. The people that are behind this product are off on some kind of a convention.
Oh,
project
okay.
or so they're a little slow in responding to emails, but they've been great for sending samples out. So if you haven't already got it, it should be on its way to you soon. But congratulations.
Yeah, this is a time, there's a lot of conferences going on right now, but I know we've had Dr. Firth on. She's the veterinary director for all these products. These products have taurine in it. They have prebiotics. You know, they're the good stuff. And I got to tell you, kitties need to stay hydrated, and it's a yummy way to do it. So I'm glad. So this time, here's the trivia, sort of related to what I just opened with about cats and rats. My esteemed guest, do not give any kind of look that you know the answer, because we reveal it next week. The question is, I already talked about Chicago being the rattiest city. So here you go. But what province in our neighboring country, oh, Canada, is the only province, I think there are 13 provinces in Canada. Please, Canadians, correct me if I'm wrong. Which one, the only province in the whole country of Canada, does not have any rats? Is the answer Alberta? B, British Columbia? C, Manitoba? Did I do it right? Okay.
Yes.
D, Quebec. So your choices, which one? A, Alberta, B, British Columbia, C, Manitoba, or D, Quebec? Get your answers, and now Kathy, tell them what they need to do.
All right, you can type your answers in the chat box of the Facebook Live, but I want you to email me your answer also. and I forgot to put my email in here, so I'm doing it right now. It's my name, Kathy.black@yahoo.com. And you will, I don't choose the winner until Sunday. And so you have time, even if you watch this now, or you watch it later on Facebook, or you view it on YouTube, it doesn't matter. Send me your response, Kathy with a K, Kathy.black@yahoo.com, and I'll pick the winner Sunday afternoon.
All right, where you going, Case? Back up the bus.
And we're
back-
gonna have much more trivia fun too tonight.
All right. Yes, we are. These fine experts are here because mark your calendar. April 9th is going to be the online behavior day conference. It's all day. Last week we had two of the speakers. We had Pam Johnson Bennett. She spoke about turf wars, keeping peace if you live with more than one kitty. And we had Tabitha Cresera. Oh, I love her. She's a fear-free certified folks like Dr. Rachel and I are. And she's going to be talking about fear-free shelters and other things. The brainchild behind it is here, Stacy LeBaron, who is the founder of Community Cats podcast. And it's like a Batman and Robin kind of thing because Kristin Petrie is here. I specifically said, can you please come? Because you do so much behind the scenes to keep the Community Cats podcast humming and all the conferences. So I love that logo. Start with you, Stacy, if I may. Can you tell folks a little bit about that? And I think we're going to have some trivia from Kristin, and maybe somebody might get their paws on some kind of prize you talked about.
Yeah, sure thing.
I teed you
Yeah.
up. There you go.
Yeah. So, April 9th, we have online behavior day. And it goes from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and it's an incredible time. So, last week we met Tabitha and Pam, and we have Rachel, and of course we have Arden presenting on Saturday, April 9th. And always during our events, we have fun. We do a lot of polls, we do cat trivia. For a virtual event, we make it as interactive and fun as possible. Kristin and I are in the background chatting away with folks. We have some familiar names. We have new folks that we welcome to the Community Cats podcast family. And so we hope you'll be able to join us, find out all things about behavior issues with regards to your cats, or if you're volunteering with an organization, or you want to volunteer with an organization and learn how you can help. There's just so much that's needed out there with regards to advice and helping folks with their behavior needs. So Community Cats podcast is all about that. We have a whole slew of other events that go on during the course of the year. We have one coming up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, before we jump to that, how do people get information about the online behavior day and Community Cats podcast? Because I want to make sure it's on their, it's right front and center. Everybody put this on your bathroom mirror. So when you're brushing your teeth tomorrow morning, you'll not forget about it.
So yes, it's communitycatspodcast.com is our website. Pretty much that's where Kristin and I live all the time. It's where we have all of our stuff. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. So we are in all the standard social media places, but really the website, the Community Cats podcast website is the place to be to find out all about what we're doing. We have 450 different podcasts there and a range of other conferences. We're really all about how to turn your passion for cats into action. So how many people here are passionate about cats?
Wait a minute. Casey, come on, Casey. Are you passionate about cats?
I'm even passionate about cats.
So if you are passionate about cats, the Community Cats podcast is the place to be. So it's communitycatspodcast.com. There's a picture there of online behavior day. You can click on that and it'll get you all the details about it. It's a small fee. There is a small fee involved, but it's really, we try to make it very affordable. And there might be a couple folks today who might get access to the conference as a scholarship.
Woo, I like that. Well, before we're going to get back into it, but there's something coming up pretty soon, like in 10 days. Can you tell us what's happening through the Community Cats podcast for March 19th? Everybody, March 19th.
March 19th, 2 p.m. Eastern time. It's the place to be. We have a free webinar that we do in partnership with Neighborhood Cats, and it's called Trappers, Tips and Tricks.
one thing that's really critically important to us is that when folks are out there trying to trap community cats to help get them spayed and neutered, is making sure they're doing it safely,
Yeah.
appropriately, and they're not harming themselves, they're not harming the cats, they're making the process as smooth as possible for the cats as well as for the humans helping them. And so on March 19th, we have a free webinar in it. You can register via the website, communitycatspodcast.com. It's recorded, so the recordings do come out after the fact too, and you have a year to watch the recordings. We'd
Good.
love to have as many people there. We really would. It's, it's all about helping cats, helping you be able to help cats.
All right. Thank you, Stacy.
Sure.
And so I want to get into being a pet chaplain, because I got to tell you something. I'm pretty spiritual. I don't have a specific religion, but I read this little daily meditation every day out loud to my cats and dogs in this backyard office I call Ard's Den. He's the one that pays attention the most. He goes, I know dog backwards is God, but I'm paying attention. So my question to you, Dr. Rachel Keller, is how did you get into that? What inspired you? And boy, I think we need a pet chaplain now more than ever these days.
I think we do. So what inspired me to become a pet chaplain is, as you know, I'm a cat behaviorist, and I had a few situations that I noticed kind of a pattern. So the first one would be that, often cat behavior problems are not solved overnight. So
Right.
perhaps I may be working with a cat owner for maybe a year, maybe 2 years. And there were times when during the process, a cat passed away. And the other thing that I found happening was that I would work with somebody and solve the problem. And then many years later, they would email me to say, I'm so thankful that you solved the problem. Fluffy and I went on to have a very happy life together. I'd like to let you know that Fluffy passed away. And I felt like I didn't want to stop the relationship with my clients when their cat passed away. I wanted to be able to continue to be there for them and to provide pastoral care and comfort. So I decided to become certified as a pet chaplain. So when inevitably, there is going to be a cat who dies either while I'm working, with a client or after. It's the nature of cats having much shorter lifespans than we do. And
I know,
it's
I
nice
wish-
now.
I
Yeah,
wish
it's
they
nice
could
now to
live-
have that in my toolkit.
I wish they could live as long as macaws.
Yes.
Really, what's
yes.
the deal?
Yes. And what I found too is in working with people is that many, there's, for lack of a better term, there's a playbook when a human passes away. We know what to do. We know to send a card, or we understand there's a certain period of bereavement, or there's a funeral, there's visiting hours. But when a cherished cat passes away, not so much. Many people, not only do they not know what to say or do, but oftentimes cat owners will hear, it's just a cat. You can get another one, things like this. So they experience what's called disenfranchised grief. They're grieving, but they feel that the rest of society doesn't always understand the depth or level of their grief. And so pet chaplains really serve a very important role because we're there, on their journey in grief to bear witness and to be with them. And it is completely non-denominational. If somebody wants me to do a service or, incorporate some type of religious teachings into the counseling, I will, but it's not, the pet chaplaincy itself is non-denominational.
I love that because all of us, we've been stuck at home till lately, and our cats and our dogs have been there for us, and we have formed a stronger bond. I mean, this is not meant to be a downer, everybody, but we took in a community cat, One-Eyed Baxter, who died February 27th of very fast lymphoma cancer. And I posted it on Facebook. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have posted it, but I am not ashamed, or I was very, it meant a lot to have this one-eyed outdoor cat come in and say, I meow like a pirate. I'm going to stick with you guys. Dogs, they come in the kitchen. He goes, no claws, in case Kona and Emma would go, okay, you can go first. So everything worked out. But the veterinarian sent a beautiful card. It wasn't just names, it was little messages about it. So I'm an optimist that this disenfranchised grief is going to be booted out of the Webster Dictionary. That's my optimistic hope, Dr.
I
Rachel.
do think, yeah, I do think we are moving in the right direction. You know, here in Massachusetts, we just passed a law where animals that work, you know, the canine dogs that work with police officers
Oh, yeah.
will now be treated with the same amount of respect and get a funeral and get medical help, just like
Good.
the officers. So when you think of things like that, I do see society moving in the right direction, and which is very heartening because, you know, we do have very strong bonds with our companion animals, and
I sure do with it.
Yeah,
He's my
yeah.
BFF. He's my best feline friend.
yes.
But this
Yeah.
is the wrong cat. This is Rusty. Rusty, how did you switch places with Casey? This is Rusty the performer, who is my love bug. He loves all beings. I've never met a cat that just goes up and just flops and lays down on a dog, a cat. He's just like, I love all. You threw me for a loop. I thought you were Casey. He goes, I'm still your favorite, right? Oops. Hey, shifting gears, because we have something fun for you all today. Kristin Petrie, she knows. I want her to be on my Trivia Pursuit team because the lady knows everything, and she works closely with Stacy. They got a good team going there at Community Cats Podcast. But what I really like is that I did some notes. I was doing some research because I'm an ex-reporter, so I'm always a reporter. But you know, she's there at Community Cats Podcast. But did you guys know she's like an award-winning digital, print, and audio designer? Did I do that right?
Yeah. Oh, you did it right.
So,
That sounds way more puffed up than I actually am.
so who
No,
was your
you
tutor?
deserve the puffing up. That's a hard job.
Thank
No,
you.
that's pretty cool. I mean, you've done a lot behind the scenes. You're the one. You're like the Betsy Ross of Community Cats Podcast. You stitch everything together.
I try. Things that need to be fixed, I try to fix. Things that need to be made, I try to make.
Who is that with you? Getting
Oh, this
along?
is Gus. Gus
Hi,
is my
Gus.
hitchhiker from Florida, drove all the way up with me, and
I have a
he's the
story about
neediest
that.
cat I've ever had to deal with in my entire life. But she is very, very loving and decided that she's going to participate in this, whether I liked it or not. So
Oh,
here
Gus
she is,
a
knocking
girl,
stuff over
huh?
on my desk.
So yeah, Kathy just caught that. I know there's a boy named Sue, but there's a girl cat named Gus.
Yeah, so she's named after, so I call them my hitchhikers, her and her brother, and I'm a big theme park nerd. So the hitchhiking ghosts in the Haunted Mansion are called Ezra and Gus, and Phineas is the third one, but I only have two cats. So I have Ezra and Gus are my two hitchhikers from Florida.
All right. Well, I said, I know you know trivia, and we were talking about that. So do you have, before we show the slides, wait. Oh, sorry, you're quick on the gun. Do you have something, a little trivia to tee us up for those photos? Is there something?
I definitely can give you a couple of quick questions. So this author, born in 1899, received Snow White, who was a polydactyl cat, as a gift from a ship captain, and the cat's descendants still occupy the author's home today in Key West, which is now a museum. Thank you, Gus, for helping with my camera.
That is my favorite fiction author.
Oh, really? Short
Husbands,
declarative
too.
sentences.
Oh my God, you're like reading my head. Yeah. I can't do F. Scott Fitzgerald. Sorry. Blah, 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 blah.
So are we giving people a chance to answer that question, or do you guys want to be the answerers?
Oops, Arden, you went mute.
We cannot have Arden on mute.
No.
No.
All right. Sorry, had a hairball. Didn't want to have you hear me hacking it up. How do you want to have that to be an answer that somebody can try to win the scholarship for
Sure.
the
Sure.
online behavior day? So do we ask people now to start typing it in, or how do you want to do it? We really
Usually what
planned
we
this
do
out.
on the usually what we do in the events is whoever gets it first in the comments is the person who is the winner. So the person who can
All
name
right,
that
so-
author.
Start typing, people that are watching, start typing.
Okay,
the answers.
again, Key West author, born in 1899, Arden's favorite fiction author.
All right, we have an answer already.
You do?
Yes, we do.
Okay, go ahead and shout it out because this person's going to get free entry to the online behavior conference on April 9th.
Linda Carol Strahan. She was the first one to answer Hemingway.
Yes, yes.
Excellent.
Yes,
And if you
really.
haven't been to his house, it is absolutely phenomenal. And it is just cats everywhere. So
I've been there several times. I used to live in South Florida as a reporter, but I did an old behavior
excellent.
on Pet Life Radio and from right there at Key West at the Hemingway house.
oh, that's amazing.
So what does Linda need to do? Does she need to
Yeah.
reach out to?
Yeah.
Could-
Stacy?
She
Yeah.
can just email Stacy, STACY, at communitycatspodcast.com.
Yep. Congratulations, Linda. That's awesome. All right. Any of you that love cats on movies, cartoons, TV, I did fail miserably on this, but Kristin, would you mind? And Kathy, this is where you can show that slide. Sorry, I didn't give you the good guidance. I'm not a director. I'm just a host. So, all right. As she does that, please, before you move that around. All right. Tee us up, Kristin. Tell us what's going on here, and people look at these images because these are famous cats.
Yes. So what we're looking for here is the name of the cat and the television show or movie that the kitty is from. So each of those three, we need a cat name, and then we need the name of the movie or TV show. And it'll be
I
interesting.
heard the last one, but can you give any hints with each one?
Can I give any hints? I can tell you that number 2 is not Garfield, which most people I think are going to guess, but was on a similar cartoon block as Garfield when I was a kid.
Okay, good.
And let's see, what else can I give you?
Well, the first one's a little hard because of the image. So can you say anything like maybe this cat has a name similar to some former general back in the
Yes, he does
war?
have a name that's similar to a general, and he was a big focus of that movie. Unfortunately, not a lot of people saw that movie, but it's fabulous if you get a chance to. So yes, he has a name, and people are always curious who's buried in his tomb. If you if you happen to know who that general is, so you can go ahead and do that. And the last one's just an amazing movie, so I'm not giving
it's
any
one of
hints
my
about that.
favorites.
You guys will get it. It's not going to be hard.
And the key word on this, they did a second movie and the title was with an S.
Yes,
This one does
yes.
not end in an S. Did I do that right without
Yep.
stealing anything?
You did do it right. It was
Is
perfect.
the third one Pet Cemetery? Is that? No.
No.
No, it's not Pet Cemetery, but I do
Okay.
have a trivia question for you about Pet Cemetery if you
Oh.
want it.
Kathy, I gotta tell you, Kristen's reading our brain. She read that I knew that Hemingway was short, punchy sentences. And now she just read your brain. I think we need to ask her what the winning lotto numbers are.
Okay, here's the answer to these.
If I knew that, this background would be a lot bigger. Probably a lot less junk in it and probably a lot more nice things.
All right, so go through these because this is pretty cool. Inside, go ahead, do this. That's your baby.
Oh,
So-
of course. So the answers, you guys had a chance to get them.
Yeah.
The first cat is Ulysses from Inside Llewellyn Davis, and you should definitely see that movie. If you like movies, you should see that. The second one is Mongo from Heathcliff, which had one of the best cartoon theme songs ever.
oh, I agree.
And yes, and then the third one is of course Jonesy from Alien, who
Oh, that's
makes.
Sigourney Weaver. I didn't even recognize Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
didn't know
well, I
it was
tried
Sigourney,
to-
I wouldn't know. Okay.
I tried to make them a little bit hard. I don't want to make
Yeah,
it
that's
easy for you
hard.
guys.
I thought that was Michael
what is
Jackson or
your-
something.
What
So,
is
okay.
your second trivia question that may give somebody a winning scholarship? And you said it was something with Stephen King's Pet Cemetery?
Yes, I was going to ask what the name of the cat is in Stephen King's Pet Cemetery. And
Oh,
it
no,
is
that's good. That's it. All right, Kathy, we're asking people again, name the cat in Stephen King's Pet Cemetery book.
Okay.
And we'll see if we get a winner by the end of the show. You
Well,
would,
people are telling me that I picked the wrong winner, but I'm looking at the answers, and I just chose the first one.
all
that
right,
was
be
picked.
nice, everybody. No cat fights here. We're trying to
Okay.
be good.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, fine.
But that's cool. I'm glad everybody's tuning in. So you got another shot, guys. Kathy is multitasking. So she's doing everything she can. So she's going to pick somebody that knows the name of the cat from Pet Cemetery, Stephen King. I would love to have him on a show. I think he's brilliant. I've had Dean Koontz on, but I've never
Oh,
had
really?
Stephen King. But yeah, he's I only read his books with the lights all on.
It was
So-
a big. Oh, go
All
ahead.
right. So I want to get back into the online behavior conference, and humbly, if you all hang out till the end of the conference, bringing it home is my talk. And I'm going to be doing a talk called Dishing Up Tips and Strategies to Avoid Mealtime Mayhem and Stress in Cats. Because there's a lot of smack talk silently going on when a very coveted resource, food, is around. So that's going to be my talk. But we have a behaviorist in the house, Dr. Rachel Geller. Dr. Geller, what do you think about that talk? And I guess we're going to finish it when everybody's hungry and want to go out for dinner. They're going to hear about me talking about food.
Well, definitely, that whole idea of competition, of resources around food is a huge, behavior problem that, I get all the time, and I'm sure you hear that all the time as well. And, one of the first things I usually try to do is figure out, what is going on in the household that there is that competition in the first place. Are there enough feeding stations? Is a cat genuinely hungry? I mean, sometimes it's a medical issue. If the cat has some type of a parasite,
Right.
the cat really may be hungry. Maybe the cat needs a puzzle feeder, maybe part of it is boredom. So there's all kinds of issues that can go into that. Aggression
Right,
over
you're
food.
writing my talk for me. Thanks.
Okay, I'm done.
No, but I feed 6 pets every day, twice a day. And when
Right, yeah.
Rusty came, Rusty is a feline foodie. No. He was jumping in food bowls, everything. And Casey and our senior cat, Mikey, were actually having problems digesting food, loose stools. And it was because we just maxed up the stress at mealtime. Solution. First
Yeah,
bowl
I mean,
out
yeah.
is for Rusty. He gets to run with me down the hallway to the bathroom where he has his private little placemat. He eats there with the door shut, and he does not get out until all the bowls are empty, picked up, cleaned, and we just make no big deal. And everybody's poop in the litter box is awesome. They're
No,
like,
I love that solution because I think sometimes, the path of least resistance is the way to go. So
Yeah.
if just separating out one cat or putting one cat in a bedroom or feeding one cat on the counter or on a cat tree is going to solve the problem. I always try to think of the way to solve the problem that, is easiest for the client while still solving the problem for the cat. So I love ideas like that where it's just something simple. We don't necessarily have to make it so they all eat together. Just solve the problem on its surface is sometimes the best way to go.
And my
Especially-
BFF is back. This is really Casey because he has a
Good to know.
We've got a few minutes that I want to ask you about your talk. Your talk is called Setting Up a Cat Behavior and Retention Program for Your Shelter and Rescue. Now what? So without giving away the whole kitten caboodle, can you tell us, because we want people to come to the conference on April 9th.
We do. So I'll just give a little bullet point. So, my personal mission in life is that I never want there to be a financial barrier preventing people from keeping their cats in their homes when the issue is behavior. And I really want shelters, and this is why I love doing this online behavior day so much. Last year, I got such a great response from people about setting up a cat behavior and retention program in their own organizations. But I really want shelters and rescues to think about surrenders in a different way. And
Okay.
I feel like the olden days would be, you know, somebody would call up and say, my cat's peeing all over the house. And whoever takes that call is thinking, well, do I really want that cat in my shelter? Am I going to be able to adopt out a cat who's peeing all over the place? You know, so they might say, well, we're full right now, or we can put you on a waiting list, or here's some other organizations that might be able to help. And so what I really like to happen is that now when that caller contacts this organization, they say, I am so glad that you called us because we can offer you a free cat behaviorist who can most likely solve this problem. Litter
Nice.
box issues are usually fixable. And so we can get you in touch with this person and you can keep your cat. So that is going to be in a very small nutshell what my talk is about, is how we can set up these programs in a way that will keep cats in their homes and freeing up shelter space for the cats who truly are homeless. You know, if we have a cat who's already in a home, we want to keep that cat in that home. So shelters can
that.
focus on the cats who truly do need homes.
Do you guys see the angel wings behind her? I mean, I seriously, I covered.
I'm turning very red now, Arden.
But I'm just saying, you don't know my past, but I had to cover a lot of hard things as a investigative reporter for 20 years, and life wasn't always that pleasant. But I maintained this boost of optimism. But when I feel and I meet somebody like yourself that is really, really making a difference, I just want to tell you, I salute you. And so,
Thank you so much.
I don't gush. I'm not going to gush.
That was enough gushing.
Yeah, I mean,
My face now looks like your shirt.
all right, moving on. We want to do the powers of observation. I don't know if your kitty's still behind you, but there's a male cat. Oh, the other cat. Dang it. But tell us about Elijah, your black kitty, who has a more proper full name.
He does have an interesting name. So Elijah was a cat who I actually was helping an organization, and he was rescued out of a dumpster. Somebody had abandoned him and tossed him into a dumpster. And at the time, I was grieving the loss of one of my cats. And I decided to take Elijah into my home. His name wasn't Elijah yet, but he really—
Was it Gus? No, I'm just kidding.
he really filled that, you know, hole in my heart. And so his name is Elijah the Tishbite. And in Hebrew, it's Eliyahu Hanavi, which
I did not know
to, yes, it translates to the sojourner of peace and healing has come into our home. So that's his name. It's very fitting because he did give me some peace and healing. And it goes right back to that adage, you know, who rescued who? Well, one might say I rescued him, but he certainly rescued me as well.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Hey,
I had a cat like that came in my life just at the right time and
really,
you know, lift my spirits, do something stupid when I felt like crying, maybe laugh instead, you know, those kind of things. So cats do that for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to your kitty that did that. Go ahead, say the name.
Oh, that was Copper. Yeah, I got Copper a month after my husband died. And it was my first Somali, and I got him at a cat show. They had no idea what the breed was like. Brought him home. First day, I was brushing my hair. He came flying through the air, grabbed the hairbrush, and ran down the hall, growling like he'd killed a porcupine or something. Just was a hilarious cat, and got me into showing. Really, I got me into the cat world, and you know, the rest is history. So. Yeah, so Copper was my little spirit cat. And he lived to be 20 years old. Wow. I had to put him down, and was just a great cat. Really was a great cat.
That's a beautiful story.
Yeah, thank you, Kathy. That's amazing. Did you listen to that, Casey? Okay, yeah. He said, I'm saying, way to go, Copper, right? Okay, all right. Hey, before we're going to talk about the British Shorthair, but I just want to do a quick wrap up before you all stick around, because we're going to do the kitty cocktail and other things, but just one at a time. We're going to start with Kristin. Kristin, your bio, I can't resist, says that you like to travel to unusual roadside attractions.
I do. The weirder it is, the happier I am.
Okay, any cat theme related or anything?
Cat related ones. There's a lot of cat ones on my list that I haven't been to a lot of them, but I can tell you there is a Civil War museum right outside of Gettysburg with it's called Civil War Tales at the Homestead, and it's all dioramas of Civil War battles, but they've replaced all of the soldiers with little teeny tiny cats.
Are you
So
kidding?
I have to
Meowy
see
hour.
this.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
all going on a field trip. Let's go.
Yeah.
It just sounds like the most amazing
So
thing.
it's called Civil War Tales at Homestead?
At the Homestead. Yep.
At the Homestead. Okay.
So if you guys get a chance to look it up, I think they listed on Atlas Obscura. If you're a fan of roadside things, that's a great place to go for some weird ones.
And what about one that may not be cat related that you?
Let's see. During the pandemic, I spent a lot of time going to I went to a lot of graveyards because there's a lot of them that have some interesting things. But I went to see the graves of Betty and Barney Hill, who are the first alien abduction case that was noted. It happened just outside of, I had a huge fear of aliens when I was a child. I almost didn't move to the town I moved to because there was like an alien corridor that I read about when I was like little. I don't even really believe in that such stuff anymore, but at the same time, still in the back of my head. So I went and saw their gravestone. They're the next town over was where they lived. So
Wow.
and
Okay,
then
we got 15 minutes, so I'm gonna keep going. Very good. You and I are gonna have a drink someday in person. You're awesome. All right. Stacy, again, tell people about how they can get to the online behavior conference and tune into one of the many, almost 500 podcasts you have done.
Sure thing. So yeah, communitycatspodcast.com. It's the place to turn your passion for cats into action. Online Behavior Day with Arden and Rachel and Pam and Tabitha and Kristin. And so we hope you can join us on April 9th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time. That is Eastern time. And then March 19th at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. Eastern time, Trappers Tips and Tricks. That's a free webinar. Come check us out, interview us, see what we're like on March 19th. And then you can make a decision if you want to join us on April 9th. But April 9th is going to be the place to be.
Okay. And quickly, how do people find you, Dr. Rachel Geller?
So people can go to my website, drrachelcatbehavior.com. And on that website, I have all kinds of videos. I have a link to my book. And most importantly, my book is right here.
Saving the World One Cat at a Time.
Most importantly, I have a submission form. And if anybody is having a cat behavior problem, they can fill that out. Let me know what's going on and I'll answer your question completely free of charge.
Thank you. Stick around. Right now, I'm going to go off screen, get ready to make the amazing drink that I'm making you guys today. I think it's going to warm your cockles. But Kathy, Albreed CFA judge, is going to talk to you briefly about the British Shorthair. Take it away, Kathy.
And Rachel, Stacy, I was going to give you the names. Jill Breivik and Alexandra George are the two winners. So Jill Breivik and Alexandra George. I gave them your email address, so you should be getting something from them.
Thank you.
Let me get my fingers clicking where they're supposed to be clicking. Okay. All right, let's talk about the British Shorthair. Just to remind everybody that CFA decided to feature a breed a week. And so we have 44 breeds, so that fills up almost the whole entire year. And we started this about a month and a half ago or so, and this week is featuring the British Shorthair. So we're going to talk about this breed. When it was first accepted, it was called the British Blue because it was only accepted in this one color. You may call it gray. In the cat world, we call this blue. And these cats have copper eyes. Some of our blue cats have green eyes, but this breed has copper eyes. And it is a naturally short hair cat from Great Britain. So it has a very dense coat. They said the coat has more hairs per square inch than any other breed. And the coat is the perfect coat is nice and crisp, not too soft, but they're a very rugged, well put together cat. They're very balanced, powerful. They've got a lot of depth in the chest. They're medium to short, strong legs with rounded paws. In fact, round or rounded is mentioned 30 times or more in the CFA standard. So you really want to see roundness through that head, roundness through the eyes, roundness through that chest, roundness through the body, round, round, round. Even the end of the tail is described as being rounded. So we want a good breadth between the ears, these nice, big, firm chipmunk cheeks, medium ears, large eyes, well opened, and a medium broad nose. The coat is very short, and not very short, it's short and very dense. And these cats can be quite massive in full development. So let's look at some of these cats. I really love, look at this picture, how everything is so nice and round. And then look at this cat's head. I mean, it's just, you have those big old chipmunk cheeks that are just really so beautiful with those gorgeous copper eyes. You can really see how massive their heads are like the Persian breed. They sit right on the shoulder. There's not a elongated neck. A very powerful body. You can really see the crispness of this coat. Look at that coat. It's just, it is so amazing when you get a really nice British Shorthair. You just can't keep your hands out of that coat. It is just the most fabulous feeling. They come in lots of different colors and patterns. Here's a bicolor, blue and white. So they're not all just blue. They come in white. They come in black. They come in tabby and white patterns. And here's a silver. Of course, the silvers are going to have green eyes because that's eye color associated with the color gene. So you can see they come in lots of different colors and patterns. They're a very kind of an easygoing, laid-back cat. And the coat, like I said, is just amazing and fabulous. And I thought this picture of these little kittens was so cute. So that is my story on the British Shorthair. And it's so funny that we brought up the cat in Pet Cemetery because that cat is a British Shorthair. And I actually knew the breeder of that cat and was talking to her one time about using her cat in the movie. So we have chosen the winner. It was Church. And so Church was an actual full pedigreed British Shorthair cat, blue. And she told me about how they had to get him, hissing and acting, frightening and things like that, because he wasn't that way naturally. But yeah, so that was, so Jill Breivik and Alexandra George are the two winners. And Stacy, I guess they have,
Nope.
do they have a free pass to the online conference? What did they win? Refresh my memory.
Yep, it's a free pass to
No.
the online behavior day for April 9th. And if they can't attend, all the sessions are recorded, so they'll get access to the recording. So if they just send me an email at stacy@communitycatspodcast.com, just send me an email and I will get them their free pass.
All right, congratulations, Jill and Alexandra.
Casey, you didn't win. Hey, we got a little bit of time left. We do love the fact that the Cat Fancier Association recognizes all cats, has a household cat division. They're really trying to work with shelters and groups like that. And one of the programs is Companion Cat World. Kathy, take it away.
Okay, so it's our way to give your cat a legacy. It gives it a history. It puts it in our database because we've been around since 1906. So you can register your cat with CFA. It's called Companion Cat World. If you want to show your cat, we call that household pet competition. But everybody is a companion cat. And when you upload a picture, you get a card with your cat's picture on it, your cat's name and your information. You get luggage tags, which are perfect, put on your cat crate. So when it goes to the vet, they know who it belongs to instead of sticking a piece of tape on it like my vet does. And anyway, you can check it all out at cfa.org/CCW, and 10% of your $13 registration fee goes to a local shelter. So everybody can check that out. And your cat goes up in our gallery of cats, so you can see your cat on our website. CCW, it's cfa.org/CCW.
Yes, Casey and Rusty are proud card carrying members. That's cool. Hey, I know I'm a goofball sometimes on the show, sometimes, but I am extremely passionate about pet safety, pet first aid.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. We'll drink. I'm ready to drink, but we'll get back
I know,
to
me
you.
too.
So we do have our next veterinary approved cat first aid CPR class. It's 3 hours. It is Tuesday, March 29th. It's from, I think Tuesday, right? Is that Tuesday? All right,
Yes.
calendar lady. Okay. And it's from 5 to 8 Central Time, $40. You get a detailed course book. Look at your teachers. You named 2 cats in the country that are teaching pet first aid. Come on, I'll take mine on anytime. You can have your own cat in your own home and doing demos. And I love it. It's something I'm very passionate about. I know Stacy, you've taken the class. I think Kristin, you did too, didn't you? Did you take it yet, Rachel? Would you?
No, I better take it.
Well, I give every guest that's here now, you get to take it for free. That's been I started this new thing. So if you are available on a Tuesday night Central Time, March 29th, you are most welcome to come and join the class.
Thank you.
I'll send you a little thing. Promise.
Okay.
Stacy and Kristin, you didn't snore, did you?
Not at all.
Promise. I believe in making it fun and making people feel safe, because then you learn better. So that's my style. Anyway, now shifting gears as a licensed bartender, what else doesn't Arden do? Arden cannot sew. Arden cannot sew. So I do love to do something to salute all cats. So the drink I'm doing tonight is called the Tonkinese Triple Treat Drink. So any of you love chocolate, any of you love caramel, any of you love coffee, any of you love whipped cream, any of you love vodka, whatever, I'm telling you, it's there, it's here. And I want to give a special pause up salute to Teresa Kiger, all breed CFA judge, editor of Cat Talk. She creates these designs for my drinks each and every week. So pause up, Teresa.
You put some eye color on the around the bottom of it. That's cool.
Oh yeah, she's
To go
awesome.
with the Tonkinese. Yeah.
So here is the serious,
And you have whipped cream, so we know the cats are going to get excited.
yeah, it's gonna get mayhem, guys. I'm just gonna warn you right now. So first of all, because it's very easy, you're gonna need 5 ounces of milk, some, this is one of my favorites. Have you guys ever had this? This is the Ghirardelli caramel chocolate square. And I have some caramel flavored vodka and a pinch of sea salt and whipped cream. I'm actually using the Casey mug. Come on, come on. And I've already had the chocolate melted and they're already coming. So the first thing you want to do is put 1.5 ounces of caramel flavored vodka, which is a 6 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I like chocolate too, Mama.
Then I love this. I'm left-handed. It's made for righties. I have 5 ounces of milk. They're getting closer. I've already got the chocolate in there. I'm going to do a little pinch of sea salt in there. Pray for me. Here we go. Casey over here. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I got my team here. This is not for you. So at this time, everyone, would you please raise a glass of water, of this coffee, of wine, whatever you have. I think it is time to salute all cats because they make us humans better. Cheers, kitties.
Cheers. And they clean up the rats.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Mama wants some whipped cream.
I have to give them non-alcohol based. Wait a minute, I'm not doing this very well. All right, there you go. That's it. You're gonna have, that's it. No more lactose intolerant, okay? All right. All right. So everybody, I want to give a big shout out to our special guests that were here. Dr. Rachel Geller, Stacy LeBaron, Kristin Petrie, of course, Kathy Black, my co-host, Destiny, the licking their chops from whipped cream, Rusty, the performer, and Pet Safety
I love whipped cream.
I know. You should come here, Destiny. I'm known as Treat Lady. Hey, next week, oh my gosh, guess who are coming to the party? 2 crazy cat ladies. Yeah, I'm talking. We have Jay Kennedy and Adrienne Lebrev. Come on, guys. The 2 crazy cat ladies. You guys know them, right?
They were just on the podcast.
Okay, cool. So we are so excited. They're a yes for next week. So everybody, until next time, I hope you are good to your cats. Please come to the Cat Behavior Conference. We'll be shouting it out till April 9th. And until next time, guys, ready? Same cat channel, same cat time. We'll see you on Meowy Hour. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate you being
ladies.
here.